As we got deeper into the relationship, there were so many red flags.
Yeah. I'm finna run up a check, yeah. You know I get, yeah. You know I get. I'm finna run it.
Okay, so this is my second time filming this, so you guys better love me, okay? I hope that you guys like the costume. Yeah, this is the fit. How do you guys like your fairy godmother? I'm a fairy, if you guys could not tell, with the ears. And yeah, I feel really cute. This is my first time dressing up for Halloween. And so, listen guys, I don't know. This is like for real, like my first time dressing up and like being fun for Halloween. So like I feel so happy and like cute right now. But I don't know what happened last time I was recording because I was way closer up, but it was still blurry. So I was just like, fuck that shit. I want to come all the way back. I want to chill. I don't want to be looking at myself in the fucking viewfinder the whole time. I want to have like a real podcast. But for some reason, this gives me anxiety because I feel like, oh my God, what if I don't get the audio? Or like, what if you can't see me? Because I'm really blind. I cannot see far, but... Okay, so I just checked the lighting. Everything looks perfect. So I like this setup more. I'm so happy that I'm doing it this way. Okay, so you guys saw me get ready. I'm a fairy. This is the Halloween episode. This is the 11th episode, and I'm ready to get into it. I hope that you guys like this spooky episode. I don't know. Do I kind of look scary? Because I kind of feel like I do, but my son loved it. So I'm just giving off that sexy fairy godmother vibe. I have all of my like a lingerie and like panties and little cute stuff, my little makeup box. I don't know. I was just trying to be creative and go along with the theme. But in today's episode, I really want to talk about toxic relationships. This video is going to be for everybody. Even if you've never dealt with one, you can get the signs. You can kind of see what to avoid or maybe hear my experience. Maybe some of you guys have been through what I've been through. But this episode is going to be for everybody regarding toxic relationships, whether you've been in one, even if you've never dealt with one, whatever it may be. This video can relate to you and you can learn something. You can pass it on to a friend if you know somebody that knows somebody that's going through something toxic right now. This could be for anything, family, friends, that significant other. Trust me, I've been there, okay? I have been in my fair share of toxic relationships. It was very challenging. It was very tough to deal with, to heal from. And so I just kind of want to give my experiences and kind of just, go through all of the emotions regarding toxic relationships, all of the red flags, knowing when to throw in the white flag, okay? Knowing when it's time to give up. Okay, knowing when you have to make that decision for yourself because no one's going to do that besides you. And I really preach that a lot on this channel. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I'm finna run up a check, yeah.
Obviously, I want you guys to know, like, the first... like 3 major keys like that you are in a toxic relationship. I'm going to start off by saying this. As women, we all have this thing called intuition, right? That gut feeling. Now, men have it too. Everybody has, the light and dark aspects and the intuition. And the intuition normally comes from the more feminine energy. So like I said, men and female carry masculine and feminine energy. So obviously, you have to strengthen your intuition because a lot of times, especially when you're dealing in toxic relationships, you will know that something is off with a person. Like, it's just that feeling like when you get around a certain friend, like you just feel like she's smiling in your face, but like really being fake behind your back. Or let's say you go out on a date. He brings you to this very sketchy area, this very sketchy restaurant that you've never even heard of before, right? Something's just off, okay? Like maybe it's the cologne, maybe it's how his hair was laid. I don't know. You just felt like something was off. So you leave, right? 9 times out of 10, though, the woman kind of stays and kind of gives the benefit of the doubt, right? Because with the whole intuition, it's like when your intuition is not strength in the beginning, you're more gullible, you're more naive, right? And you're more susceptible to these things, to narcissistic men, right? That's how they kind of get you in the beginning for sure. They always pick somebody who's younger, more vulnerable. Even if you're not younger, like, I don't know, they just go off of your gullibility. I don't even know. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Or they just kind of they go for weaker souls, like weaker minds, the intuition really isn't there. You're not going to see all the red flags. But like if you're dealing with a person going like on a first date, 9 times out of 10, that's who that person is on that first date. But it's hard to see, if you catch my drift, especially when your intuition, like when you have baby intuition, right? And so when you have baby intuition, you tend to see it, like the red flags are popping up, but you're like, what? Like, no, like that couldn't be true, right? Because you want to always believe that people have your best interests at heart, and that people, like, I have a big heart, right? Look, I can't go out in the world expecting that everybody has a big heart, because that is just not true. This is a very messed up world that we're living in. It's very cold and it's very evil and dark, okay? And there are some very ugly people on the inside. I had to kind of realize, like, okay, not everybody has a big heart like me. And, that's like the first like step of like strengthening your intuition, because yes, it's good going in, like giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, but you also have to have your boundaries. You also have to have certain values that you have set aside for yourself, so you don't get put in these situations. I really hope that I'm making sense, but I feel like I'm like all over, but I'm just so upset that I had to refilm this. So like, I'm trying to make it better than the first one. You're kind of, in this weird, awkward, feeling stuck like state, because maybe you feel some sort of energy coming off of this person and you don't want to like disappoint them or upset them, right? And a lot of times, especially with like everything that I'm talking about today, we're going to be talking about like narcissistic men, and how we have the empath and the narcissist, and kind of how they want to trump you, they want to conquer you, especially if you show a narcissist any sort of challenge. It's like an itch that they cannot scratch. So they, like, I don't know, they come up with these like schemes and these strategies, and they obsess and kind of, I don't know, like obsess over you and the situation, and like how they can, like how the hunter can come in and like attack its prey. Because a lot of times with narcissists, it's like emotional, psychological warfare, like mental mind games. And they really enjoy that. Like that really, strives them. They're hunting you down, they're like searching for your scent. It becomes this, it's a very like energetic, vampiric energy. They're like a leech that wants to suck you dry and use you for what they can use you for until there's nothing left. A lot of times when you're so close, that kind of comes into like your intuition. So I wanted to talk about like the 3 signs that you'll see, right? You'll see gaslighting, you'll see manipulation, you'll see love bombing. So all of these I have experienced before in my life, like for sure. So gaslighting is, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. Maybe you have. So gaslighting is when you see something with your own physical 2 eyes, or when you get the truth. You could have got the truth from God himself, and God is showing you in front of this person, and this person's still going to deny it, and they're still going to blame you for it and make it your problem, and they're going to literally make you second guess what you just saw, what you just heard. Never taking accountability. They are always the victim and you are always the villain. Never owning up to anything. It's like, you're crazy, you're losing your mind. And that's what kind of makes you go crazy and lose your mind, because you then start to feel guilty and you start to second guess, or like, damn, did I overreact? Or did I say that? Or did I mean to say that? Or did I really see what I thought I saw or heard? So that is a form of gaslighting. And then you have manipulation. So the manipulation is just like another psychological like game that they're playing with you, as far as they are going to have control over what you think, what you say, how you dress, when you go out, what friends you hang out with. It's basically a tactic to control the way that you think. So it's like you think you're making these decisions, but it's not. It's because subconsciously, you're picking up what this person has told you previously. So that is like a form of like brainwashing in itself. And then you have love bombing. So the love bombing is like when you're threatening to leave, or when you're basically done and you're out the fucking door, and then here they come. You're perfect for me. I value you. They'll come in and say all the right things. They'll hit the nail on the head too, right? And this is a strategy and a tactic to basically keep you stuck, to keep you there. Okay? They come in saying, I want to marry you. I love you. I'm so sorry, and after they just did something horrible to you, or they just said something horrible, and it's like you're fed up, you're at your wits' end, okay? And they'll come in, they'll buy you flowers, they'll want to offer to take you on a date, they'll want to, do all the right things to reel you back in into staying, into playing this manipulative game. And like, I've talked about this previously, like dating in my 20s, like I've came across a lot of manipulative narcissistic men, because I am very empathic and I have a big heart and I care. Definitely growing up and maturing and giving that heart, and then seeing it be stumped on the fucking ground, you really start to see like, okay, I'm seeing this person's intentions. They're not good for me, and I want to leave. You go and you express this to your family, or you go and you express this to your close friends or whatever, right? And it's like, if you're dealing with a grade A narcissist, a 5-star narcissist, okay, they got that shit down pat, you would never know. It's like, you express how you want to leave to your close friends or family. For a minute, they're trying to help you escape and get away, but you keep going back, right? Because it's not just that easy. Like, it's really difficult to leave a toxic situation. And I don't want to say it's like Stockholm syndrome, but it's kind of giving that, because you're just so conditioned and you're so brainwashed. And, to even think about being single or away from this person, because it's also creating codependency, you would rather just kind of be stuck in it. Like, that feels safer, because it's like you're free, you have all this freedom, but it's like you just basically got out of prison. It's like, how the fuck do you function? So you end up going back, right, after you're planning your escape with your family or your friends or whoever, right? And now that person feels drained and just like, bro, I just went through all of this trying to get you away, and you just went back, right? So to the outside, it kind of causes like a frenzy. It's like, why won't you just leave him? Just leave. And then you end up leaving and coming back, and now they're exhausted, because they're like, bro, I just came up with this whole fucking PowerPoint on how you should lead this man, and you went back to him. Just leave. And almost kind of having that response triggers you and makes you want to go back, which is just like, I don't know, it's such like a fucked up like mental mind state to be in. But, and trust me, I understand. Like, I have been there, where I'm telling people one thing about this person, and then in front of the family and family events and gatherings, it's like this person has a smile on their face, they're like laughing, they have a way of covering it, they have a way of hiding it. Like, your family's waiting to see, like, to judge them on their own, and to see the proof, right? And you never get it. They never get it. And, and then you're kind of sitting there in the corner, kind of watching the family kind of get sucked into this person's charm, right? Because narcissists are very seductive. They're very charming. They know what to say. They pull out all the right things, right? So, yeah, I definitely have been there, and I truly understand. I wanted to kind of go back. Like, I've only ever been in like truly like two like long-term relationships. They probably both lasted for like 2 years. So in high school, I had a high school sweetheart, and I was a cheerleader. I think this was my sophomore year. I was a cheerleader. I made the cheerleading team, and this person was a football star. They were on the football team, and they were like 6'3", and they had like long dreads, super hot. Like this person you would think was like the devil. I swear to God. This person was super just attractive, super seductive. This person was a Scorpio, you know, like this person, when this person loved, they loved hard. And I truly do want to say, like, I do believe like this person loved me, but we were so young and there was so much, like, so many traumas. Like, this was not a horrible, horrible relationship, but there was like mental abuse as far as what I'm going to get into. But, you know, this person loved me, right? I was like bullied. I was the underdog in high school. Nobody liked me. All the girls just made fun of me, and, you know, they were jealous. But at the time, it just didn't feel like that because I'm like, jealous of what? Like, you know, I want to be a part of the friend group too, you know? But, and this person saw that. This person, like, knew that I would be the version of myself, like, who I am today. But, like, this person had people asking them, like, why do you like her? Why are you with her? Obviously, our relationship was, like, the topic of discussion all the time. Like, he really did give me that high school experience as far as, like, you know, cheerleader, football, going to fall formal and, like, winter formal. This person would only go with me to, like, fall formal and winter formal because he had hella people. He had hella girls, like, on his D at all times. And so think about me in this relationship. Like, I've never been in a fucking relationship. I've never been a part of the cool crowd, like, you know, and people like made fun of me, and like he wanted to be with me. Like, okay, we were together, and there was like a lot of times where, you know, as we got deeper into the relationship, there were so many fucking red flags. And like back then, my intuition would be telling me things. This is like the perfect example, like I was giving you guys earlier. Like, I would feel these intuition, like gut feelings, and like I would know that God would want me to do better and to start knowing myself, like value and my worth. I would always go to him. Like, hella people in the school would be like, I've seen this person making out with this person last weekend. This person was hanging around this person. This person was doing this after football. Like, everybody would be coming to me and telling me like what this person's doing, like behind my back. And then I would go to him like a good girl and be like, look, so and so is saying these things. Like, are you doing this? Is this the fucking truth? Like, what the fuck? And this person would lie. They would just be like, no. And that's gaslighting, right? Like, no, it's not true. Like, they're jealous of you. You know, like this person would even make like my close friends and like people around me like look bad, you know. And then like I would start like not judging them, but like second guessing them and like side eye towards them, you know. Like, that's what happens. It's also like a form of the manipulation as far as having control over your mind and all of that. So, you know, that was like the first sign that I seen. Like, everybody would say what this person was doing, and this person would just lie to me. And apparently I was just the goofy girl that was just goofy, I guess, you know, but it's fine. There was this other time, you know, in high school, you know, when you have a girlfriend, the boys have, it's like a rival. It's like, my chick's bad, my chick's hood, my chick do stuff that your chick wish she could. So it's like, you know, you can't hug that person's girl. You can't talk to them, text them. I don't know. It's just like this very big thing in high school, right? And so basically we go to the mall and this person sees his friend. He's with his girlfriend. He hugs the girl that's on a date with her boyfriend right in front of me. Like, the disrespect, right? And then I look over at the guy that she's with, and I can tell that he feels offended because like my guy knew what he was doing. Like, he was very like arrogant, cocky. The football, I'm 6'3", like I'm so sexy, like, you know, whatever. Like, just very arrogant vibes. And he wanted to like piss him off, but it pissed me off. But apparently men just expect for us women to just be like these fucking submissive, beautiful goddesses, and while we just take their shit, while we just take their disrespect. Absolutely not. So I remember like I said something to him because my intuition was like, that's not right. Like, I didn't like make a scene because I didn't want to embarrass him in front of them. But as soon as we got in the car, I was like, okay, so why did you do that? And he was like, whatever. And then I was like, okay, well, what if I do that? And he was like, you better not. And got all serious. And it's just like the double standards with men, I can't take it. I don't appreciate it. Like, as women, we are women. Like, we matter too. Like, y'all couldn't exist without us. And we couldn't exist without y'all, but it's just like the disrespect, right? And this was like so long ago, but like that was a red flag, right? That I just shut down because after we talk about it, he manipulates me into thinking that that's fine and that he's not doing anything wrong. But like I said, if you do not have a strong intuition, you will just shove it down and be in denial, because your intuition is something that's like, you don't really want to see it. It's like having intuition is a gift and a curse because 9 times out of 10, you already know how to read a person. Like, you already know a person when you first meet them. Like, if you are somebody with that OG intuition, like, that shit is like your high ranking intuition, you see all the signs. Like, nobody can fool you, nobody can play you, So that's why. So if you're listening right now, okay, I'm just here. I'm your fairy godmother here letting you know that don't be in denial. If you have that gut feeling, something's off, something's wrong with this person, with this guy, with this friend, whoever, it's like you need to leave, you need to get out of that situation. And I do promote this and say this a lot on my channel, but it's going to start with you. It takes you, okay? And the longer that you are in this relationship, the more it's going to become more toxic because you're letting this person get away with things. And if you give a person an inch, especially a narcissist, oh baby, they are going to take a fucking mile. They might even take 2, okay? So it's just best to know that, hey, sometimes you're crying out for help and this person is a grade A narcissist. It's covered up. They're never going to get caught slipping. Sometimes the universe, God, is going to point the finger at you. And you have to make that decision to stand up for yourself, to pick yourself up, okay? Pick yourself up because you were somewhere over there crying with your back sliding down the wall over this man. They're looking at you like, yeah, look at you. Look at where I got you. Look at you in that position. They're loving it. They're eating it up, okay? Narcissists feed off of the pain that they're causing you. I know it's super sick and it's weird, but these people exist, okay? These things are happening, okay? And it's really going to take you, okay? Be feeling guilty. You're going to be feeling stuck. You're going to be self-shaming. And whatever toxic environment that you're in, it will make you self-shame, especially if you're dealing with a person, okay? Specifically toxic men. They are going to make you feel stuck, trapped, like you cannot leave, okay? But that is an illusion. That's not real. You have the right and you have the power to pick yourself up and to move on with your life. Block that person. Get them off of social media. Out of sight, out of mind, okay? What did Maddie say in Euphoria? And like, I hate Nate archetypes. Like, we are vetoing those men. We are vetoing any boy with a fucking agenda, okay? And that was Yes from Jessie Murphy's new song, Son of a Bitch. I love that. I cannot wait to her concert. I'm so excited. But for me, I was in this. So this was my second relationship that was long term. I was in this relationship. Everybody was telling me, like, look, this person, you need to leave this person. You need to leave this person. Coming from family, my close friends, my neighbors. I had so many messages from God to save me, so I would not be sort of trapped in this situation. And I would hear them, but it's like I wasn't hearing them, and I would just like complain more about it. And it's like it wasn't what I wanted to hear because you are in this mindset of you want to be with this person. Like, you feel like you have to fix them and there's no other way that you can be together, so you have to stay. And I don't know, it's like this weird mental game, like I said. But I ended up staying with this person, and this person ended up doing me so fucking dirty, and that was just karma that I had to face. That was just a lesson that I had to go through. Granted, it was the most beautiful lesson that I went through. It really turned out to be very purposeful for me to have went through like what I went through regarding that person, because I got a child out of it, obviously. But, there was so many red flags regarding this person that I was dealing with. And like I said, I would talk about it with other people and they would give me the right advice. I just was in denial and I did not want to listen. Okay? And obviously if I could go back, like I would say, like I would do it so differently, but I can't because I have my son and he's the biggest blessing and like joy in my life right now. So, yeah. Thanks for that. But yeah, man, I have, those were the only two like significant long term relationships. But, all the other men, like in between those time periods, it's like just on some in and out shit. That's another thing. It's like, like this is a red flag. You're dealing with a person, they want to take you out. You guys go out, you might stay the night. You text them the next day, no response, crickets, okay? That's a fucking red flag. That person ghosted you. And then you might reach out again the second day. But if you're listening to this right now, we have values and we have standards. We are not doing the double texting over here. Yeah. Because if they wanted you, trust me, you would know, they would pursue you. Okay, so we're not giving thirsty. We're not giving desperate over here. Okay. But you text them again the next day, no response. Look, that person just ghosted you, and that's going to be the same person that's going to come back in a month or two to get what they want. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then they're going to ghost you again. And a lot of times, men that do that, they're married. They have a wife, they have kids, they are married, okay? And so if you're listening to this right now and you're kind of dealing with that vibe, or you always feel like you're a secret, or you can only talk to them at night, or only go to certain places, like look at all, that's a red flag, okay? This person's not trying to get caught, okay? Maybe their wife lives, I don't know, in the same local area or something. You got to really think of all case scenarios, connect the dots in your head, okay? You're a woman, your intuition's popping. So, I'm just here to teach you guys. I really want you to start strengthening your intuition. And if you feel something, stand on that. Okay? Don't be in denial about it. Don't disregard it. Stand on that. And see what standing on that feels like, or see what standing on that does. Okay? Because people show their true colors. I'm telling you, like, talking about my last long-term relationship, like I said, it was like God was like little small fires that is eventually going to lead up to this huge fire that you cannot go back from. You can't escape, you know what I'm saying? And that could be in any way, shape, or form when talking about toxic relationships, right? And like we've seen a lot of these, on the more like abusive, like physical abuse, like we see a lot, of like Netflix videos, and just like women, young women at that are, their life is being took from them from 9 times out of 10, a narcissistic man, okay? A narcissistic psychopath, that sociopath, whichever one you want to go with, that a lot of times, like when a woman officially really wants to escape these situations, that's when they are turning up the full heat, because you turn into an itch. They want to conquer you. You literally turn into prey, and they are the hunter, going back to what I was saying at the beginning. So those situations are very sketchy. They're very dangerous. And it's like, you have to make that decision yourself. Call upon somebody. Like, look.
All right, I know I said I was gonna leave this person, but I had an epiphany. Go ahead and pull that PowerPoint back up, because the escape is happening tonight.
All right. The quicker you get out of there, the safer you're going to be. The better you're going to be mentally, okay? And it takes time to heal. You go through, everybody's different, but you have these psychological like damages to your brain, like to your mind. You're like traumatized, It's just best to step away, go somewhere, go to a safe haven, leave that situation, and be around people that care about you, and be around people that are going to protect you, and focus on yourself. Because women who go through breakups, it is scientifically proven that you're going to go through a fucking glow up, baby. So go ahead and glow up, okay? Go ahead and get that post breakup glow. Good to focus on yourself, because you finally can focus on yourself when getting out of these very toxic, narcissistic, controlled, environmental like relationships. It's good to work on that self-care, go to the gym, do everything that is going to be healthy for yourself, and kind of move the process of healing like sooner, because like I said, it takes time to heal, but it's good to just like throw yourself into self-care, into becoming that badass boss woman, okay, that you see yourself becoming. So, it's just, I know that it's hard, but if you're listening and if you take anything away from this video, and I really hope that I like hit all the topics that I wanted to talk about, take anything from this, I really want you to know that in whatever toxic environment situation that you're in, it's going to take you to be the one that says, hey, okay, I'm done with this. These are my boundaries. These are my values. If you cannot reach them, then I'm perfectly fine with being single and focusing on myself and becoming that bad bitch until I do, until that right man comes, I really want you guys to stand up for yourself, know your worth. We're not dealing with these in and out, narcissistic, fucking psychopathic, controlling, emotionally abusive motherfuckers anymore, okay? We're done with all those scrubs. We're done with them, okay? Scrub-a-dub-dub, back to the streets, because we're done with you. It's 2024. And going into 2025, it's like, no, we're going in knowing our worth and our values, okay? Period. Dot. And if they have a problem with it, then they can go cry to the karmics about it, okay? Just period, because we know our worth. We are the empresses. And I really want you guys to know that, truly. I love you guys. If you're in a toxic relationship, if that motherfucker is just controlling you, if that motherfucker is cheating on you, if that motherfucker is doing everything in his power to gaslight and manipulate you and love bomb you into staying with him, it's time to leave, okay? I feel like I've kind of given you examples. I've given you the 3, red flags that you'll start to see in the beginning. You'll start to see it, okay? It's really going to stick out, and it's good to get out before you get stuck, okay? Under the fucking brainwash and the conditioning of these motherfuckers. I didn't know motherfucker is my favorite word. I use it so much. I want to get like a merch that says motherfucker on it. I don't know why. I love that word. But I feel like I really hope that this video was good. I feel like I always say that, but I just OCD so much. Like, how did I just record it? I feel like I talked more. I got over all the points. And I'm trying to get over the points again, but it was like in a different order. So I don't know. But this was your spooky episode, guys. Do I look scary? Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I just look sexy. I love this setup. So cute. I like it being further away. So hopefully it's not blurry. Hopefully it's not blurry. Okay. But yeah, you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.